habits. You need to break yourself up if you want to speculate. Let's get right back to
Now, if we take a look
ineffective
at, like I said,
speculators.
his name
Other thing they do, they buy cheap stuff. I'm back,
Why is that?
and I got 5 more bad habits. You need to break yourself up if you want to speculate like a pro. Let's get right back to ineffective speculators. Other thing they do, they buy cheap stocks because they assume every
cliche is that if you don't
natural
learn
gas,
how,
those are not
you're
specific, right?
bound
You're not
to
just saying
repeat it.
those are
Let
natural
me
resources.
take you back
So
a
with
little
everybody,
bit.
and you now have the Bank of
Essentially
Japan,
between
England, America,
1914
Chinese
and
apparently
1920, we had
loosening up
bank
everybody
deposits
is
doubled
now
in size.
loosening the
So
money
we had
supply, printing money.
Hi, I'm Max Kaiser. This is the Kaiser Report.
Jim and Andrew. We also had a relatively low discount interest rate where banks borrowed from the federal government. It was a lot more important back in the
Shortages of nearly all commodities developing and I'm going to make money in the commodities. If the economy does get better, print a lot more money, place to be, and we'll have
I was just saying, I told you this has been happening for weeks. All we do is search stuff online. And we use several different search engines, but start page stuff just processes through. And if someone in the room is watching us, right, we hope they do because it's watching us, learning that they're inquisitive, they see our searches, rather than ridiculous saying they're killing us. Of course they can't have me on air dominating. And I'm dominating all of the web now. We're being censored everywhere.
Everything in the world
I have confirmed that people are
maybe the US dollar will go up initially, but probably everything would be hit in the shock that made the world. So I own gold. I'm not selling my gold.
The crash of Lehman Brothers. It was a discussion on my side of the former chancellor.
And what the Fed is doing is simply guaranteeing that
most people don't understand
the 0% interest rates prevent.
And perhaps you know Venus Project, you know the Free Gold Charter organization, you know perhaps the books and the stories of Gene Roddenberry, Star Trek, where we live in a world without money. I can tell you it is possible. But the problem we are facing is how can we get there? And all that we have to know is it happens in our minds. We have to push the right switches and then we will find the path.
Hello everybody to another FM Signal Info Show video edition. My name is Dildar Megalic from good old Germany and you're welcome to our Friday edition, not with another technical analysis and synthesis for the next 48 hours, much more with a review about our 4 trading capabilities of this week. And by the way, I want to give you a technical analysis and this is on a bigger time frame for the United States dollar. So analyze this stuff again, it's still yours. Here we are, traders, whenever you are. Here is my YouTube FM Signal blog site, yes. Not blog sites or FM Signal YouTube station. So thanks ahead for all 257 subscribers and 51,077 watcher. So thanks. All 101 uploaded video. So by the way, today I do with a review of this week. By the way, English session. English edition was Australian dollar Chinese yuan on Monday, Tuesday pound Canada dollar US dollar chief on Wednesday, and yesterday Australian dollar Japanese yen. So let's get a review and then after that a technical analysis about the US dollar. Here we are with the Australian dollar Chinese yuan, and on Monday we've got a bad not bad. We've got a squeeze out, a stop. If you take here, it was on Monday 21. I'm very disappointed, let me say honestly, and very angry and sore, how to say in English. Even because, if you remember, here my video on last Thursday. Let's get a longer view on last Thursday. Here, you see Australian dollar Chinese yuan. I told you here about the trading capability. Of course, here I told you here about the decision of the RBA and the swap decision between the RBA and the BBC, so the Reserve Bank of Australia and the People Bank of China, and the decision. And here I thought, or I accepted lower prices at first. Then on Monday, after map you always know more than before. I lose my nerves and showed you or gave you a long trading capability. By the way, so never forget the stops. I'm hoping you created here the stops by 6.606 or whatever. And here we've got then the lower prices, and here runs again. So yes, here on Friday I gave you an how to say, a shorter position, then squeeze out. So however, analyze this stuff again. So never forget the stops on the on the short-term intraday trading. So for the 24 hours, 48 hours, or even intraday hour. By the way, if you are a long-term trader in equities or forex market, so if you wanna play or trade long-term time frames, I never using stops, but at short time frame I always using stop. And it analyzes stuff again, it's always yours where and when you are taking a stop on a short-term basis, on a long-term basis. So if you wanna hold daily, weekly, monthly or yearly one stock or one cross rate. By the way, let me say this. Let me saying this basic stuff to you. I would never, I never using stops, but on a short term, even for the next 48 hours or even intraday weekly trading, I would always. And where? It's always yours. Analyze the stuff again. So, however, this cross rate was squeezed out. So this was a bad decision after map, by the way. Then the another trade on Tuesday, yes, pound Canada was even much better. Here if we see, here was the, that was the situation. Here the first time upside trend, second and third, and we accepted still higher prices. Here was the crash or the squeeze out, the crossroad. That was a great analysis and synthesis. And of course, after map, we've got here this back turnaround at this area. Great, and still in line. So very good, better than accepted. So okay, sometimes that's trading at its best or at its worst. Here at its best, pound Canada, and at its worst in this case. So however, analyze the stuff again, it's yours. Okay, then on Wednesday once again we are in the red area. So here we've got the chief. I accepted slightly higher prices in the dollar, and until yesterday we were here at the higher prices, but then we've got here this little bit sell-off in the last 24 hours, and now we are, if I'm not wrong, yes, we are coming here back live. We are coming back here live. So so if you got the long position. I hoped here for the breakout. It doesn't work, perhaps next week. So take the stop here, lately here, or a little bit lower, around about 0.90, and wait and see. So we are here 10 to 15 pips in the red area. So however, or how big your risk appetite is, because the big picture on intraday basis here, we see the last 2 weeks we broke this downside trend here from these highs. So we are still in a new intraday technical scenario, in my opinion, and we see here we've got also this lows. So here is maybe so here minute time frame, and here it's maybe enough time space for next week. So don't forget here the stop, to make the stop round about 0.90 or a little bit higher or lower, wherever you want. So I would say we are here still in the red money. So okay, and to delete or stay long, analyze the step again, it's still yours. I'm creating also a technical analysis about the dollar on a bigger time frame. So stay online, watch this video. Very interesting picture on a bigger time frame. So I'm created tonight for you. Okay, and the yesterday trade. Okay guys, here we go. Here's the US dollar trade weighted exchange index, major currencies of the Fed. Of course, the Fed got to another exchange indexes, for example, the other trading partners, and what's the another one? The broad one, yes. Here I'm choosing the major currencies index. Look at the website of the Federal Reserve.gov internet site. There you can get more info about the index. However, here's the all-time index, daily time frame, close, daily close. By the way, the last trading day was last Friday. The Fed publishing the data every Friday 1 week later. So the last close was 72.9279. So a week before. So when we see here, we are trading here right about nearly all-time lows. And let's get a technical analysis and synthesis to get an overview about the dollar. Okay guys, here we go. In my opinion, the important point is this one here, this line down under. I'm hoping you can see it. The line, the first low, or the low, was created on 3rd May 2011 at 68,103. So that's the historical low of this index, and the high before here is on 28th January 2002. No, yes, it was the birthday of my sister, by the way. However, the 22nd, by the way, 28th 2002, okay, was the high by 113,089. So these are two important levels in my opinion. Why? I'm trying to put this in a context, in a historical view. And by the way, another fact is this one. Listen and see. Here, this line. This line was 9/11/2001. Everybody knows what happened then. So, okay. And the second line, wondering, be surprised, is here. 2nd May 2011. One day before the low. So, here the accident, 9/11, here the death of Osama bin Laden, and here we see this massive sell-off. So, put it in the context. These are facts. So, simply facts. Put it in the context. This was even why, of course, 9/11 drama, the market or the world market participant put the money out of the dollar. Of course, the financial market in the US is the biggest on planet Earth, of course. Put it out, and the dollar fell in these times. I call it here while Osama bin Laden searched here. So, and that's an important fact, because here, for example, in the 90s, we've got this big gain in the dollar and in the markets. So, remember, if you're American, if you're in America, you're living in America, remember the time before the accident. Everything was fine, everything great. No theme, terrorist wasn't theme in the far side everywhere, and higher dollar, higher markets. And by the way, here after this trauma, call it like you want, after this accident, with a new era. And the question is, of course, are we here in another one? Here. Once again. So if we are cut this out, call this perhaps for a special event, historical special event, of course, the Brown Terror. So, or the search on high speculative, high content, analyze the stuff again, it's still yours. But it's a fact. So, and the question is, of course, right here, right now in 2012, or the question, or come back, give this back, to ask question on Friday, 30th March 2012 is, of course, the US dollar is still, or the US financial markets are still the most liquid haven, and where put the money in a safe haven, of course, Switzerland, Australia, New Zealand, wherever you want, Scandinavian currencies, wherever you want, or even in liquid haven, for example, where you can fast as possible go in and out, and these are, of course, the US dollar. And the second question is, if you want to go in a liquid haven, you want to go in the US equities or US bonds. That's the name of the game or the name of the game for this year, or perhaps another decade. So, by the way, of course, dollar lost, commodities are rising, and euro was raised, and that's another theme, another chapter if you want, commodities and euro. I don't want to talk about this in this video, but yeah, that's the name of the game, or the name of the game here, which I'm asking myself, and YouTube should and you should too. So, okay, that's the big contest, the big content. Put it in a content like you want, and these are simply facts. Here the accident 9/11, here where Osama bin Laden was erased, murdered, here Operation Geronimo, of course, and here the highs and the lows. So, and now it is only shortly, of course, in a bigger contest, historic contest, shortly recovering, and then we will get new lows, or will the money come back to America in the equities or bonds or wherever. So, okay, let's go further with the technical analysis. By the way, I'm painting much more lines. Here, the low of 2008, while the crisis or before the crisis started. Here, as the crisis started in Europe, the function of the dollar was even a liquid heaven. I wouldn't call America as a safe haven. Of course, safe. Of course, because it's so liquid, then you can of course say overall it's a safe haven. Of course, I don't want to play semantic games here, word plays or Scrabble. Yes, how to say in English? Yes, Scrabble. So safe haven or liquid haven, call it like you want. Here was 2008 2, and that's the reason why I'm painting this line. And this line was even 95. Yes, was then yes, then 95 as the rally started in equities and in the dollar. So 95. So very interesting facts. So excuse me, in the historical content. Okay. But stay aware, it's not over. Here, if we are putting around about on the 5th, I started first 1178. Yeah, it was around about 60 days after my birth. hello. So, however, here I'm putting also a line. So we've got here an historical sideways trend round about 89 points in this index. Here about 79, and here about 69. So 69, 79, 89, 10%, round about a little bit more or less. However, interesting price areas if you want. You can also, for better memory, 70, 80 or 90. So, and put it in a context here. 80s, 90s, 90s and 20 if you want. So, okay, and usually 10 years, 10 points lost, by the way. And one, of course, rises, of course, here. Big rise from 80 to 100, 110, roundabout. Yeah, 50%, 40%. And here lost very big trades and moves. Okay, big trends. And here it's the name of the game, will we come back or even fall further, but step by step. Okay, interesting in my opinion is, of course, if we paint here this line, the lows of this 70s and 80s if you want, or middle 90s. Here we paint these two lows and create a parallel line. How to say here? We create this and this downside trend and then create a parallel line. Yes, I created here. We see here we've got usually in the dollar downside trend, but massive upside boom bust the dollar here, upside downside, and here also. So we can create a long line here, and we see here downside trend, upside, downside, boom bust, and here also. And we are still in this downside trend. So very important fact in my opinion from technical view. So yeah, and very big, large. So this trend line is, yeah, as old as I am. 33 years old if you want. So, or 30 when it started. Yes, 33 years old if you want. Okay. So, but so I'm cleared or delete all another lines. Let's get more focus on this downside trend. We see it here, this downside trend. We followed it down while the crisis got a bounce back above this upside trend, if you want, with the highs in the 90s. So I take the highs of the 90s here. So while the crisis, the same price as 2000, if I'm not wrong, 4, 5, 6, yes, 5, 6, 5, 6. So here, and we fall out, creating new lows, and here we are back in line. Interesting perhaps is this fact, as I said, while the crisis here, we were before the crisis started at low prices, then while the crisis 2008 high prices. So we've got this sell-off in the markets, equities, and even liquid or safe haven in the dollar, rise in the dollar. Interesting fact. So okay, and don't forget here, this was also crisis, also war on terror theme, all big political theme, big fiscal government themes, and yes, and before that we've got here this upside trend in dollar and equities, and perhaps this was something like in a historical content of many years, centuries if you want. Here perhaps question I loud asking myself here in this video, question and recovery, bounce back, and here we will see. So only try to put this in a bigger context. However, here the 200 daily moving average, by the way, something like a yearly average, and if we are zooming, we see we are trading above, create here lows. Here, second time in history, we are trading under this line, and it was off the map here. Okay, while the crisis unwound, signal to buy dollar, and here and slower usually one. So here of course also 2010, and then sell off. So interesting facts. Okay, but delete this one. I've got another lines for you, or another scenarios if you want. So by the way, interesting in my opinion is of course here the these lines, as I said before, while war on terror if you want, here the big theme, here the equity and dollar gains, here the recovery if you want, and here the questions. Back in the US dollar, back in equities or bonds. Name of the game. Who knows? Or perhaps get out of the dollar. It's also an opportunity. So, okay. Here another scenario if you want. If we put all these lows from 78 and 95 if you want. So, and here 2000. Also round about 15 years if you want. Round about 15 years time frame. So we can put here this lows a W if you want. Here down, up, here a great W scenario. So, and interesting in my opinion, or in my thoughts are, if we put this W in a context to this massive upside trend, the market got to make a decision. Will we breakout. Will be the W formation here. This pulls strong enough, or the dollar bears here. Of course, no question, this bears is too massive, this downside trend against this usually. But who knows, if we put this in a context, another scenario, who knows what will the future give us, or what will the market play, yes, or the dollar, what the theme will be in the dollar, who knows. And the name of the game from technical view is here this downside trend, this W upside trend, downside trend usually a short signal, this usually a long signal here, and the question is of course shoulder head shoulder formation. So we will create here a shoulder head shoulder formation, then we will see perhaps not this year, perhaps next year or next year higher prices round about 80, so 10% higher dollar. So, and if we should cut this, then yeah, we should see higher prices. What domino effects or correlations this have? Will we have the same correlations like here? So higher dollar, lower equities, or will we have higher dollar, higher equities like the 90s or 20s if you want? Lower dollar, I don't know. We will see higher prices, higher yields. So I don't know, like here, I don't know. So here, if I'm not wrong, yes, here we've got higher yields, higher dollar. Here we've got higher yield, higher dollar, higher equities. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm thinking it's a good information, or it's good to know. Yes, it's good to know. However, let's go further. The actuality scenario, to go more into detail or break it down for us daily traders or intraday traders like we are, or the most viewers of my videos are, is here this one, the last one. So the W formation here, the short formation, and here the short here on the last 2-3 years. So if you want after, so 2010, 2011 and 12, here we've got the downside trend and even created 2011 new lows. So that's the actuality scenario and the most important one. So here once again the prices or the trend channels. So and right in the next minute I want to go much more into detail and analyze even the last. Okay guys, before we going more into detail and break the historical development down of the last 3, 4, 5 years, I want to give you a short overview about the economy, or want to show you where you can get more infos about the economy and analyze the stuff again. It's still yours, by the way. So you know my blog, if not, FM Signals.blogspot.com or DE. You can get my FM Signals blog, where I will give you a monthly review. So tonight also, on Friday, 13 March, usually an monthly review about our 13 currencies. But what I wanna say to you is, here in 2011, here at 9/11, 10 years later, I wrote here US dollar trauma was summer. So last year I wrote daily some comments right here, right now, this year, I'm producing videos and will also only on month end here put my post. However, if you get here, and as last year comment, I wrote it down here, Westler Trauma in Germany. Here the bite of the US society, if you want, and economic, of course. Here the reaction, and here the development of all, and of course of all pips here. And we see here and in this 10 years from 9/11 2011 closing until 29th April 2011 closing, we see the dollar lost most. Only the Indian rupee lost mostly, and Australian dollar and chief were the winner. Also New Zealand, if you want, and Europe, Canada, Brazil. So South African rand lose, Russian ruble lose, Chinese also, and pound a little bit also, like yen. So I don't say they lost even cause Osama bin Laden, but these are the facts. Well, this only facts. I don't say that's cause. Also of even because of this, because of war on terror, that development happened like it happened, but it's a fact. And yes, analyze the stuff again, it's still yours. And why I'm showing this here is on the right side you can get infos about all 13 currencies here. And I want to show you here the dollar, because I want to talk to you about the dollar here. You see always the flag, then after the flag you see the actuality prices here from Forex Pro, from the Forex trading portal, and then here you see Google News here of Bernanke, Federal Reserve and West Note Bank. And of course you can get infos about another traders here on Google, and of course of the economy here. So okay, and if you press the button on the flag on the currency, you will get to here this side. Okay guys, let's put it in a shorter view, or break it down in a shorter time frame. So for example, here since 2008, after this massive recovery, bounce back, recovery, and false bounce back, if you want. So okay, let's go. Okay, here it is once again. That was okay. So once again, here we go. Here are the lines from the historical view. Here after the death of Osama bin Laden, and one day later the historical lows. Here we see in July we try to make we closed round about the lows, a little bit higher, and then we've got this recovery. And the question is, of course, here yes, we will was this all here since 2012? So here, or will we create this year new highs in the dollar? So, and perhaps go to the massive downside trend here. So this massive, if you remembered, even from 2001. So and we see here 2009, 27 2001 and 6th March 2009. So okay. Here are the 20-100 moving average, and we see 2 times was on this historical downside trend, if you remembered also, and here we are trading here round about it. Perhaps is this an, yeah, how do you say in English, a diamond formation if you want here, diamond, or a flag, or what you want. Important for me is, or why I'm choosing this is even the fact, yes, is here that we are trading above it. And interesting is here inside, now on the shorter term view, the lows of 2008 and the lows of 2009 and the highs of 2008 and the highs of 2009, or of 9 and 10. So that's it. Lows 2008 and low 2009 and high of 2009 and high of 2010. So that's on the shorter view, big facts. And the actuality scenario here, this circle, so above the 200 lines. Okay guys, so okay, and if we are creating, how do you say in English, extend right line, here we are, here bull bear extend line, really at the start of the year it was the cross, and it was round about the highs. So very interesting, very, yes, interesting, fascinating fact. So how to say, one trader today, as I'm twittered with him, price is king. Yes, my man, price is king. By the way, best regards. Daniel was it? Yes, Daniel. Best regards, my man. And yes, here we are. Price is king, and we see here. Come one step back. One step back. Where it is. So, actual scenario. Actualized trading scenario, was it here? Here, put it in the historical content. Here we see the high, low, high downside price. So here we are. The lows 2009, 8, 9, the highs 2009, 10. Here above it, and if we are making a stacked line, here the bear and the bulls line, here we are, the cross. And that's the name of the game. And the dollar. So the dollar was at a crossroad and fall back, but in January, February we've got this turnaround, and now we are here fighting, if you want, with this shortly, or what means shortly in the historical time frame context, shortly time frame from 2009 and 2010 here. So here, so here at St. Andrew cross, if you want. So yes, and it wasn't resistant. So okay, so I of course don't know, or don't have any exceptions, buy or sell dollar. Many factors are playing with this, and I don't know which theme or what will be the, how to say, driver, catalyst, or theme story, even to buy or sell dollar. Yes, even by the way, correlation or implications with equities and bonds, US dollar equities and bonds, and even perhaps yes, banks or another sectors, as I said in another special edition of my FM Signals video edition. However, let's go further. So we can also create, if you want, here, if we understand this scenario, here lows 2009-10 or 8-9 and highs 2009-10, we can create here A, B, C, D classical formation, and the question is, of course, here, will we have end of the year D formation here? So is this an A, B, C, D, E? Then we will have until the end of the year. So I try to anticipate or creating here a synthesis for you on scenario. Will we have higher, lower until the end of the year? And then yes, that's the name of the game, or name of the game. So another scenario is, of course, this a bull scenario is a short scenario here for the bears, and here we can also argue A, B, C, D, E and F. So, and that will implicate new lows in the dollar. So I don't know what this means then for equities or for bonds, or perhaps nothing. Perhaps we will create a new coloration here after Osama Bilansdev or bond terror, or will we create, or are we here in a scenario and we all don't know it, where we creating new colorations on the bigger time frame, of course, bigger time, all-time time frame. So as I said here, for example, here in this or here in the 80s buy dollar, buy bonds, here 90s buy here buy bonds, buy dollar. By the way, overflat, break it down on point from the top. Buy dollar, buy bonds, here buy dollar, buy equities, here sell dollar, sell bonds and equities, and here what's next? I don't know. Analyze the stuff again, it's still yours. So even go out of the dollar or the equities and the market or the bonds, but I don't know. So we've got these two scenarios, if you want, from technical view. Here the bull scenario A, B, C, D and E, or the bear scenario A, B, C, D, E, F. So analyze the stuff again, it's still yours. So okay guys, that's all for today. Heavy stuff. I'm hoping you could aid it easily. Okay, here's enough time and space. This year 2012, everything is wide open. So, and we will see what will happen. So we will see. So thanks for watching my video, spending your time. Have a great day. Have a great day, good morning, good day and good night, wherever and whenever you're watching my FM Signals info show video. Take care, and talking to you on Monday. Have a great weekend and enjoy the, yes, NCAA college football weekend, if I'm not wrong. Yes, it will be on this weekend, yes, of course. So enjoy, have a great time, bye bye.